Somewhere, beneath your feet, there may have been a kingdom. Maybe a harbor lies under a desert dune, or a temple beneath a quiet rice field. Cities don't just rise, they vanish. Sometimes slowly, worn away by rivers, roots, or wind. Other times in an instant, earthquakes, fire, silence. And when they disappear, we start to wonder if they were ever real at all. But they were. This journey isn't just about what's left behind, broken walls and buried stones. It's about the lives that once filled these places. In this episode, we'll walk through 5 lost cities, one carved into cliffs, one swallowed by jungle, one forgotten beneath the sand, one floating on the sea, and one that stood so proudly it was erased from memory on purpose. They were never meant to be silent, and yet here we are, listening to their quiet echoes through time. Let's begin with a city that once dazzled the ancient world, a city of myth, ambition, and gates fit for gods, Babylon. Laid along the wide Euphrates, it wasn't just a capital, it was a vision. Towering ziggurats rose from its heart, layered like steps to the heavens, and through its walls ran the processional way, a grand avenue leading to the Ishtar Gate, glazed in brilliant blue, alive with golden lions and dragons. This was a place where astronomy guided rule, where gardens may have floated in the sky, and where power was built into every brick. But for all its greatness, Babylon was not eternal. It was taken, reclaimed, and forgotten again. Its monuments crumbled. Its name became legend, and for centuries, only stories remained, until the dust shifted and the stones began to speak again. A gate rebuilt in a museum, scattered ruins under the heat of the Iraqi sun. Still, even broken, Babylon leaves an impression. A city that reached for the stars and left behind echoes in clay. Let's walk its roads. Let's pass through its gates, because this is where the trail of lost cities begins. From Babylon's gates of glory, we travel south to a city hidden in sandstone cliffs, Petra. It wasn't just built near the desert, it was carved into it. Columns, tombs, and temples chiseled right into the rose-colored rock. It was a hub for traders. Incense, spices, silk, all passing through. The Nabateans who built it mastered water in the driest places, cisterns, canals, and systems that made the desert bloom. But the roads changed, empires shifted, and Petra faded. Not overnight, but year by year. Forgotten by the world until rediscovered centuries later. Today, it stands weathered, but proud, not buried, not drowned, but revealed by the very rock it once hid within. Now, we step into the shade. From the desert cliffs of Petra, we move east into thick jungle and crumbling towers covered in vines. Welcome to Angkor. In what's now Cambodia, Angkor was once the capital of the mighty Khmer Empire, a city so vast it rivaled the largest in the world. Its centerpiece was Angkor Wat, a temple to the gods, carved with stories of war, heaven, and time. But Angkor wasn't just temples. It had homes, roads, canals, a living, breathing metropolis. And yet, it faded. Maybe the water systems failed. Maybe war. Maybe drought. Whatever it was, the jungle grew back fast. Trees split stone. Roots swallowed doorways. And for centuries, Angkor was hidden, a kingdom wrapped in leaves. But not lost, found again, like a memory under moss. From jungle halls to ocean walls, now we arrive at Nan Madol, a city floating off the coast of Pohnpei in the Pacific. Over 100 artificial islets built from volcanic basalt, stacked into temples and tombs and canals, weaving between the islands like streets of water. Built by the Saudeleur dynasty between the 8th and 13th centuries, Nan Madol had no cranes, no metal tools, just belief and ingenuity. But over time, it faded, swallowed by tide and silence. Locals say the ruins are haunted, glowing at night, watched by spirits. No one's sure how the stones were moved. No one's sure how the city functioned. It is one of the only ancient cities built entirely on the sea, a place that reminds us cities can rise on land, but the ocean takes everything back eventually. Our final stop brings us to the highlands of southern Africa, where the land rises and the stone walls stand, tall, elegant, and silent. This is Great Zimbabwe. Built between the 11th and 15th centuries, it was the center of a powerful African kingdom. Massive walls, stacked without mortar, curved like sculpture. It had palaces, a sacred hilltop complex, and trade routes stretching to China and Arabia. But when Europeans stumbled upon its ruins, they refused to believe Africans built it. They blamed foreigners, Phoenicians, lost tribes. But archaeology told the truth. It was African, sophisticated, local. Its decline is debated. Drought, politics, trade collapse. But its legacy is written in stone. Still standing, still proud, and proof that some cities weren't lost by accident. They were erased, on purpose. What makes a city lost? Is it when its stones fall? When maps forget its name? Or when the stories stop being told? Some cities were buried in sand. Some faded into forest. Some were hidden in plain sight, ignored for generations. But often, what's truly lost is not the place itself, but the memory of the people who lived there, their laughter, their labor, their rituals and roads, their dreams in dust. And yet, when we walk among the ruins, even in thought, we bring them back, if only for a moment, because lost doesn't always mean gone. Sometimes it just means waiting to be remembered again.